All right, welcome to Addiction Fiction. Hi, this is Dr. Jacob Ray, and I'd like to talk to you about my books. This is the first book, The Ride Home, and this is a surf novel. This is an international bestseller in suicide. This is the latest version. This is the third edition. This book came out in 2009 and sort of set the stage for me, as I was one of the early Kindle authors to jump on board in 2009. Right after that book, I wrote The Bridge Burners, and followed that up with my flagship book, Pillbillies. And I really want everybody to take a look at this book. This is my best book. If you read one book by me, read Pillbillies. It's about a nurse who struggles with OxyContin addiction in Kentucky and ends up muling drugs from Florida to the Appalachians. Anyway, I also want you guys to check out Pigskinned. Pigskinned is a #1 bestseller in sociology of sports, and it talks about integration in college football as told through a contemporary player and his father, who played and was denied being able to play on certain teams just because he was African American. This book also has a darker side to it, as it discusses a vigilante and his war against the Klan. So I want you guys to check that book out. Very important, even if you're not a football fan. MyOB, this is about erosion and an eco-terrorist group here in San Francisco that forms around it. The Jetsam Enceladus is the middle book in a trilogy that's coming up. This is my sci-fi stuff. I've got a couple of spoofs here. This is a really funny book about an alien takeover. And this is Dead Ache, about a guy with migraines that have a funny side effect. For nonfiction, we have my surfing how-to book, which is called Surf Naked. I also have The Women's Guide to Online Dating. This is my other bestseller. Ladies, get this book. And I have a how to cut back on drinking method called Drink Responsibly. I also have a book of poetry called The Tongueless Language. I have an anthology of 5 books, and this is a good deal on Kindle, so get this one. And this all started with my dissertation. And like I say, Amazon is who I publish through. Addiction Fiction is my sort of thing, because I talk about the reality of drug abuse, not the fantasy. And the reality is not always the fun stuff. It's the bad stuff too. So I also wanted to talk about my vampire trilogy, because it's about voodoo and Gullah culture in the Sea Islands of the Carolinas. And this will become a 10-part series as my way to help preserve Gullah culture, because like most American cultures, it's rapidly vanishing, and I want it to stick around. My stepdad is the writer Pat Conroy, who's written The Prince of Tides and The Water is Wide, and most recently My Reading Life. My mom is also a writer. Her name is Cassandra King. It's written Making Waves in Zion and Same Sweet Girls. So how has that been for me? It's funny, because we talk about my process. I actually craft my books and Kindle versions all by myself. I'm a one-man operation. I do have a formatter who was a lady in North Carolina that I use. Was given to me by a colleague. And otherwise, Pat has given me great encouragement. He says my prose is getting better. And his friend Bernie Shine has told me to come from a place of the truth and to forget about the critics. And so I'm doing that, and I want you to read my spoof entitled Silence the Critics, so you can get an idea of what it's like to be a writer and deal with Amazon critics who are the worst in the world. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for tuning in here. For my goals for the future, I want my books to be movies, and I'm 100% determined to use the money to fund my nonprofit that I'm starting here that you see. It's called field football. And my aunt has carcinoid cancer, and I'm going to use this sport that I've developed, and I'm going to do that to help fight carcinoid cancer. So my writing went from writing my dissertation to writing a novel to writing a sport to help fight cancer. That's what you can do as a writer. Use your creativity and never stop. Thanks for checking it out. This is Dr. Jacob Ray.